Marathon Digital has increased its 2024 hash rate target to 50 exahash. Bitcoin's floundering a little bit. The miners also taking a pretty big hit today. It seems as though the bears are back in the face of some actually pretty good news, but instead things are going down. But if you remember, the previous exahash goal for Marathon was, what was it? Was 35 to 37 exahash by the end of the year. Now their target is 50 exahash by the end of the year. And on this day, Marathon this is the first trading day, I believe, since that press release. Let me take a look. Actually, yes, this is the first trading day since that press release, and it is down 8%. So the market really didn't care about that. Now, I mean, Bitcoin's also down almost 2%. So, there's that to be taken into consideration. But yeah, the market's not super impressed by that for some reason. But Marathon's planning to increase their exahash by a significant amount more than what they were actually going to increase it by this year, and the market seems to be unimpressed. I think for this news, once it actually starts to take effect, is when they start bringing hash rate online. Marathon Digital saying that they're going to have a big exahash really isn't saying much, considering they already have the largest exahash, but they can't keep most of it online. So when they start energizing this exahash, I think that's when we will start seeing them reap the benefits of this announcement. And for now, I think it's going to be a bit flat. As you can see, it already has been falling pretty flat this morning. So that's the big news over the weekend. Marathon Digital plans to increase its exahash to 50 exahash by the end of the year. But the market, I think, wants to see proof that is going to happen before they get excited about it. That's all that's going on there. Bitcoin has been falling down. It's been falling down all weekend, which is very interesting because later today, which will be tomorrow, really will be the first trading day any of this takes effect, the Hong Kong ETF opens up. And it's looking right now like a sell the news event. This could be a dip into a rip, which, because you can see here on the daily chart, since April 26th, it's been a pretty controlled selling situation. Now today got a little bit faster, it's ramping up a little bit. We're actually down 1.71%. Let's drill down to about the 2-hour candles and see what those are looking like right now. It's really not too crazy. Let's see, the 26 would have been around, where did the 26 start? Right here. Okay, so we're starting right there. It's, yeah, flag and then a down and then like a drift up followed by a flag that got frustrated back down to about that same level where we were before, and now we're flagging, and this flag could, honestly, this flag could take us down. Let's see how far, how long's the pole? Whoops, probably should have. This flag could take us all the way down to 60,000. So we might test $60,000 again here before that ETF starts trading. Now let's take a look here. We got a high, a lower low, a lower high. Yeah, we're making lower lows and lower highs on the 2-hour chart here. So if we're going to go a little further, we could easily come down to about that $60,000 level again. Maybe not all the way to 60, like a high 60s, like 60,700 or something. Probably, honestly, probably to this box right here. Let me draw this box. This is what I'm looking right about there. That box. I'm looking for this box as we go into the ETF, because one thing I'm looking at right now, actually, it might never make it to this box. We have an inverse head and shoulders right here. We got shoulder, head, and now we're forming this shoulder. If this thing turns around, and the neckline on this is actually going to be slightly above my trend there. Let's see, it'll be about right there. That's my neckline. Yeah. If it breaks that to the upside, I'd be looking for this to very, very rapidly return to about $67,000, which might happen tomorrow when that ETF pops off. But it could be a sell the news event. That could be what's happening there. And if that is to happen, I think we test $60,000 again, maybe even like 58, 57. I think we might, in the next few days, see a significant flash down that's going to scare anybody else that it remains that was trying to hold on and trying to have those diamond hands. I think they might get shaken out here in the next couple of days. Anyone that fails to hold their nerve here, and I think we could see that flash sell off on Bitcoin. Now let's take a look at the miners real quick. So Marathon Digital down 7.77% today off. It's the first trading day after that, what should be amazing news. We did hit that 19, that line. We keep hitting this orange line I've got here just over and over again and just bouncing off of it or rejecting off of it. This time it was a rejection off of it. We're probably, I don't even know right now with this what it's going to do. Like really, I mean, it's falling in line with Bitcoin, but we're diverging from Bitcoin for a while now. It's just like falling and rising with it like it used to. So we are correlated with Bitcoin once more and a leverage on Bitcoin once more. We did it, everyone. We did it. We're back. We're back to being correlated to Bitcoin. It just so happens that it sucks to be right now. So that's all that's going on there. Where could this thing potentially stop? Honestly, we're sitting on support right now. So if we go any lower, like honestly, if we break beneath 1746, we're going to come down into the $16 range, maybe even high $15 range. We're going to likely tap the top of this box here around $16.15, honestly, if we go any lower than we currently are on Marathon right now. And above us, we've got that $19.80 range that has just been a line in the sand holding us back. And I think it will continue to do that. I think we might reject off of it again unless we slice through it really hard, in which case we would come all the way up to 2275, that area there, before hitting some more resistance on that again. So that's what's going on with Marathon. Let's take a look at CleanSpark. CleanSpark's actually down 9.67% today. That is rough. Is it a buying opportunity? This is not financial advice and not a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. It did break through my $18 level. It did wick exactly, almost exactly down to my other line there that I said it would get to down here at $17.20. We got really close to it. We got to 1728. Will we make it to 1720? I can tell you that I did have a buy order trigger today this morning. I bought a couple of shares, so I'm still evening out my position here for CleanSpark. And honestly, it gets beneath this level, I'll buy a little bit more. It comes to this level, I'll have another order that triggers at $17.20 to purchase just a couple more shares of CleanSpark as I round out my position on CleanSpark. But this is the fear day. It's a fear day. Let's take a look at RIOT. What's RIOT doing? Is probably dismal as well. Yeah, minus 7%. We're back beneath that trend line, that orange dotted trend line that I had there. It looks like we are working on RIOT coming back down to that $10.80 range. Let's see if it could go between 10.80 and honestly $10 on this range here. And on the way up, we'd be looking at getting halted again, just like where we got halted before around $12. So we're going to get stuck between $12 and $10 for a little while here. It's until it breaks above $12 and holds consistently, we're going to be stuck in that range for a bit on RIOT. Let's take a look at Bit Digital. How is Bit Digital today? It's down minus 6% today, but we are still solidly in this bull flag area right here. It's not great. We are at the lower end of it. It does look like this is getting a bit long and we could potentially break that back down and test the megaphone again on this thing. But we are currently still within it. We're down at $2.17. Our support is all the way down at $2.06, then again at 197. Above us, we got a whole bunch of resistance right above at 225 all the way up to 260 on Bit Digital. Let's take a look at Bit Farms really fast. Here, Bit Farms is now falling out of this. So we had that V shape, that little spear right there, and now we're doing the exact same thing in the opposite direction now. Now we're back in this descending channel right now. You hate to see it. We're back down to $1.88. That really sucks after that really nice opium-filled video I did over the weekend on Bit Farms. I did mention though that it could come back down to that 180 range before we see any upside on this thing. It looks like that's what's going to happen. It's kind of a waiting game for Bitcoin to turn around, change its tune, and start driving back up. Bitcoin really needs to get back up over $70,000, or we need to see some really good reports coming out of the miners. And even that, as you can see with like Marathon, really fantastic news isn't even helping right now. The catalyst is just very, very negative in the face of Bitcoin trying to go back to $60,000. Even though we traded way higher on these miners when Bitcoin was much cheaper, and most of them are still mining Bitcoin in a profitable manner right now. And we'll find that out for sure here very, very soon. But we are hitting a bit of a failure on our way up. Now we do need to get up and above 188 on Bit Farms in order to have a chance to coming back to that $2 range here. And right now we are sitting currently on support at $1.88. Sorry, not 188, 196. Excuse me, 196 to go get back up over $2 where we really need to get over. And we're at 188 right now, which is support. The next level of support is going to be down right at 180. for this, which is what I mentioned in that video yesterday, that we could come down to 180 first before seeing a bounce up. With the way I'm seeing this is it's a bit of a liquidity build. We might scoop down here around 180, and then once we start climbing up and we take out this high here at 214, you better watch out as we come higher real fast, chewing through this this resistance here, because there's a lot of resistance right here that we have to chew through. If we have hopes of going higher, we need to chew through. Oh, dang it, where's my box? We got all of this resistance right here. Really, realistically, from like 217 all the way up to 242, we've got just tons of resistance we've got to chew through on the way up. So we're going to need some momentum for that. And how do we build momentum? Well, we exhaust sellers. We have to exhaust the sellers so only buyers are left. And when only buyers are left, then we can chew through that resistance with ease. Let's take a look at Cipher warrants now. CIFRW. Is it going for, it's actually up today, really? Why? I really wanted you to come down to 97 cents. I would like to swing trade you again. This is looking like a bear flag though, right here. We are looking a bit like a bear flag, like this could turn around on a dime. Much like back here where we had like this bear flag, right? Then we got this hammer candle that I would have probably said was bullish at that moment, and then to further weakness. These back and forth candles right here, as long as it doesn't get above 132, I'm still looking at a potential chance of it coming back down to that 97-cent range on Cipher warrants. Now let's go to SOFI because something bad happened. So my little gamble play not going so hot today. We're down minus 10.86% today. Earnings are not showing up on TradingView yet, but if you go over to X, you can see that they did report, and they reported a beat. They beat their EPS by 1 cent, which was 100% better than the anticipated amount. Their sales were significantly higher than the estimate. Their expectations for 2024 are up at 8 to 9 cents of profitability by the end of the year, and their net sales expectation is anywhere between 2.39 billion and 2.43 billion, which has been raised from their estimated 2.37 billion-dollar estimation before this Q earnings. So they beat earnings and raised guidance, and off of that news, they're selling off at 10%. That is nuts. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. They beat earnings, they raised guidance, and they're selling off at almost 11%. That is insane. And also kind of frustrating. It's a good thing I bought all the way out until August so I can weather this sort of scenario here on SoFi, but like that's just ridiculous to have such a good earnings report followed by just an insane sell-off. That is brutal. That is absolutely a sell the news event, because you can see that we actually grew. We went up 11% in the anticipation of earnings being good, and then when they were good, we're down over 10%. That is insane on SoFi, but that's just how the market is sometimes. You can do everything right and still get punished. So I am getting punished on that today, and it does suck, but that's okay. So that is all I've got for you today. Marathon Digital announced that they're going to increase their exahash up to 50, but they fell flat on the first trading day. After that news, we're down almost 8%. We are bleeding off pretty dramatically right now. Bitcoin is looking like it wants to dip down towards that $60,000 level before driving up higher with the new ETF from Hong Kong, and everything. All the miners are really kind of suffering pretty hard right now. So hopefully maybe that'll change by the end of the day. It has happened on more than one occasion where I came in with a really brutal, bad opening day and it ended up okay. So let's hope for that today. And that's all I've got for you today. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a profitable day.